At long last, here we are, the final part of my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track reviews. These reviews have been incredibly fun to do, but they've also been kind of tiring as well. But regardless, I gotta do what I gotta do. And as with the previous 4 videos, these opinions on these tracks is just simply my opinion. And it's completely okay to disagree with any of my picks. Anyways, let's get this wagon train a moving. Toy Story reference not intended. But anyways, let's do this thing, shall we? Starting off the Fruit Cup and Wave 4 as a whole is Amsterdam Drift. Aside from the really bad music, this track is actually really solid. I like seeing the trams on the line, and I even like the addition of the windmills. Yeah, it's kind of similar to Daisy Hills, but they're still a nice addition to this course. And I even like the part where you go through a tulip field, and that's where the graphics in this course definitely shines the most. Like I said, the only thing that I find bad about this track is the music. I just cannot stand the you know what I'm talking about during the song itself. Apart from that, a very solid course to start the wave. 7 out of 10. Next is Riverside Park. I've said it before and I'll say it again. For the most part, Nintendo has been knocking it out of the park with the GBA remakes of this game. But sadly, this is the last good GBA remake, as the next one kind of left something to be desired. But
we get there when we get there!
Would have been kinda cool to see maybe Lakeside Park instead of this, but still, I'm happy that we got this course. Not much else to say, and I really like the remix music. It's an overall solid track. 7 out of 10. Wii swings in once again with another banger of a course. DK Summit! This track got a massive glow up from the original. The remix music is very nice, and I'm so glad the half-pipes got reintroduced in Wave 3, as I don't think this course would have been the same without them, especially during the Shy Guys section. This course stays pretty much the same, minus the graphical upgrade, with the only change to this course being the statue near the end of the course, being changed from Mario to Donkey Kong. Why was the statue Mario to begin with? This is a DK track. All in all, another very good Wii remake. 8 out of 10. And here is the track in Wave 4 I'm sure everyone has been waiting for me to cover, Yoshi's Island. Yeah, this is a top 5 track, no questions asked. This track is filled to the brim with Yoshi's Island references. From the coins making the same sound effect as in the actual game, to the Huff and Puffins walking across the screen, to the wind cloud towards the end of the track, to the music being a remix of the athletic theme from that game. It does so much that screams fan service. The only gripe I have with this course is that it feels a little bit short. But other than that, this is a fantastic course. And it makes me wish that we got more courses like this. A 9.5 out of 10 for sure. Starting off the Boomerang Cup is Bangkok Rush. Now, I forgot to mention this when I talked about Paris Promenade, but I have never played any of the original tour iterations of these courses, but from what I can tell from these versions, they're all really solid for the most part. A common thing I can see from this is a few high and low routes. The music is also very nice as well, although it's nothing too special. Still though, it's a very nice race course. 7 out of 10. So, instead of giving us Airship Fortress like most people were expecting, Nintendo took a drastic left turn and instead gave us another Mario circuit. I've heard a lot of people complaining about this course, saying that we should have gone Airship Fortress instead of this, and to that I agree. But, if I'm honest, this course wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it's a shame Airship Fortress never got into this game, but the change that this course got was actually for the greater good. The remix here is actually pretty catchy. I really like it. I also like the new forest section with the Wiggler, and the piranha plants have actually been made more dangerous this time around. But still, it's just another Mario circuit, it's nothing too special. But I'll be nice with this course for once. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. About time we got a Double Dash course in the Booster Course Pass. And what better course to include as our first Double Dash remake in the Booster Course Pass than Waluigi Stadium. This course is easily in the top 30. And to say that this course got a beautiful overhaul is an understatement. Just look at the mud details on the track, they look gorgeous. And for once, they even did something with the half pipes. The half pipes in Wii's version, while cool, were just kinda there. But this time, they did something with them and added in platforms. The music remix is also great. I've heard some people say that the remix is a little goofy, but come on, this is a Waluigi track for crying out loud. So of course it's meant to be as goofy as possible. All in all, a great course all around. 8.5 out of 10. And the final course of the Boomerang Cup and Wave 4 as a whole is, yeah, they decided to throw a third city track into the mix. And it's none other than Singapore Speedway. Now, at first, I wasn't too keen on this course. But after listening to the music and seeing other aspects of it, it's grown on me a lot and has now become my second favorite tour city course. For good reasons. For one, like Berlin Byways, the music is an absolute bop to listen to. I love the part at the beginning where you go up onto the hotel itself. Makes me wish Blackpool got some spotlight in Mario Kart. Maybe it will in the future. Who knows? Not much to say other than this is a very good course. Easily my second favorite tour city course in Mario Kart 8. And a splendid way to end off Wave 4. 8.5 out of 10. Starting off the Cherry Cup and Wave 5 as a whole is Athens Dash. This track is definitely a very interesting one. I like the part at the beginning where you can go on the pillars. And I even like the part where you can go into the stands as well. And the town section at the beginning of lap 3 is cool. Definitely puts me in mind of Toaster Arena from Mario Odyssey. Don't know why, but it does. The music is also very nice as well. All in all, not much to say other than this is another interesting city course. 7 out of 10. Daisy friggin' Cruiser. Our second Double Dash remake, and what a remake this one got. Granted, it's not as great as Waluigi Stadium's remake, but it's still a great remake. For one, I like the remix music. I love the part where you can go into the pool, which is now accompanied by Goombas. The pool section was something you could do in Mario Kart 7's remake, but it's done better in this version. And hey, the underwater section from 7's remake is still there, so that's pretty cool. I also like how throughout the inside of the ship, it has more of the tour feel with Daisy's pans all over. which is definitely a change made for the better. All in all, another great Double Dash remake in this game. 8 out of 10. At long last, we finally have Move You Highway from Mario Kart Wii. Yet again, another banger Wii remake. And this will definitely not be the last Wii track we'll be talking about in this video for sure. For starters, the music is a banger. I like how it changes into a calmer piano once you go into the city section. And also the bomb cars are back, so that's pretty cool. And the atmosphere is fantastic as well. The nighttime tracks in Mario Kart 8 always look so great. And that's why I really like the Toad's Turnpike remake from the base game. But my only gripe with this track is the cars. If you remember from the original, the cars are flying down the road, and it's kind of hard to predict where they're going. But in this version, the cars here are moving slow as hell, and they're kind of predictable at times. But aside from that, the magic of what made Move You Highway is still here in all of its glory. 8.5 out of 10. And here is the highlight track of Wave 5, Squeaky Clean Sprint. I remember seeing this track and thinking, this is interesting. And after playing it, my god, I was taken aback with how great it is. You start the race by driving through a sink, into a bathtub, and into the drain with a stuck wedding ring, which is cool. And then you go out of it and glide over a toilet. Yeah, this track is kind of overrated, but it's still a fantastic track, with a great music piece as well. 9 out of 10. Kicking up the Feather Cup is LA Laps. I don't know why it took until Wave 5 to release this track, as it was originally meant to be in Wave 4 and there was a lot going on in Hollywood with Nintendo during the spring, especially since we got the release of the Mario movie. Aside from that production kerfuffle, this is still a very solid course. The music is quite nice, but nothing too special. And I'm kinda mixed with the removal of the ba inclusion. Other than that, this is a solid representation of Los Angeles. 7 out of 10. Next is Sunset Wilds, and yeah, this track isn't good. The music's quite good, but my biggest gripe with this track is that the sunset doesn't even set. It's called Sunset Wilds, and yet the sunset doesn't even set. It doesn't make any sense since the original had the day and night cycles, and hell, it even set in Tour as well. Nintendo, if you can't handle Mario Kart 8's lighting engine, then don't give us a track that doesn't support this. Just give us Yoshi Desert and we're all good. So yeah, this track was just wasted potential, as this could have been a good GBA remake, but it definitely left something to be desired. It is by far the most disappointing remake in this whole game. 5.5 out of 10. Next up is, another Wii track in Wave 5. Kind of interesting how they decided to throw a second Wii track in this wave. But anyways, we have Koopa Cave. This track is definitely a classic in its own right. It feels like a better version of Water Park, and it's definitely interesting to see it evolve over the years. But the tube section is my biggest problem with this version. If you recall from the original, there are these electric rods that threaten to shrink you if touched. But then Mario Kart 7's version removes them and adds cheap tubes as an obstacle. Okay. And then this version adds Tour's half-pipe with no cheap tubes and has anti-gravity. So the challenge from the original is completely gone. But other than that, Koopa Cave is still a fantastic track. 9 out of 10. And to end off the Feather Cup and Wave 5 as a whole is my favorite Tour City track, Vancouver Velocity. This track is so great. For starters, the music is absolutely amazing. It is by far the best thing about this track. And like Moo Highway, this track has never looked so prettier with its nighttime atmosphere. I find it so funny that at times, the Booster Course Pass's graphics could look amazing with the nighttime and sunset atmospheres. For the most part. All the parts from Vancouver are very nice inclusions, but going through the ice skating arena is by far the best element of the track layout. Not much to say other than it's by far my favorite Tour City course next to Singapore Speedway. And it is a fantastic way to end off Wave 5. 9 out of 10. Kicking off the Acorn Cup and Wave 6 as a whole is Rome Avanti. Once again, the nighttime atmosphere is stunning. But outside of that, it's really solid. I like seeing the elements of Rome here. It was pretty cool seeing them in Thomas, especially in the Dixon Discoveries 2-parter, and seeing them here in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is no exception. I even like the part where you go into the Coliseum where you interact with some chain chomps. Though, I kinda wish the Leaning Tower of Pizza was included. But that's just a nitpick. This course is still very solid, with a very nice music remix as well. 7 out of 10. When I first saw DK Mountain in the Wave 6 trailer, words cannot describe how excited I was to play it. And did it live up to expectations? Absolutely! Yeah, the track layout has been nerfed since Double Dash and Wii's iterations, but still kinda tricky. Plus the Gap Cut returns as well, so that's cool. This track also got a very nice music remix as well, though it's not as good as the other music remixes in this wave. Not much else to say other than this is a fantastic remake, and is by far the best Double Dash remake in this game. 9.5 out of 10. Ah yes, Daisy Circuit, my favorite circuit track in the entire Mario Kart series. Like some of the other tracks in this game, the sunset atmosphere in this track is visually stunning, and the music remix in this game is just heavenly. Whoever decided to use flutes and violins during this remake deserves all the credit for this track. Though it's kind of hit and miss in terms of the changes it got. On the one hand, I really like the boost pads around the lighthouse, but on the other hand, the ramp at the end of the tunnel is kinda pointless. But the glider feature on the off-road ramp is a great new feature. All in all, a very nice Wii remake, and it's cool that we have all of Mario Kart Wii's star covers retros in this game. Outside of Tour, that is. 7 out of 10. And ending off the Acorn Cup is Piranha Plant Cove. I'll be honest, I was quite intrigued as to what this track had to offer, and it definitely didn't disappoint. As I said in my top 20 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks video, this track definitely gives me Finding Nemo vibes, especially lap 3. What's interesting about this track is that it's not section based. The music is also quite nice as well. Not much to say other than it's a very nice track and a great way to end off the Acorn Cup. 9 out of 10. Kicking up the Spiny Cup is the final Tour City course, Madrid Drive. This track is definitely an interesting way to end off the city courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Routing wise, it definitely has a lot going on. I like going into the museum where there's a Piranha Plant painting inside, and I find it interesting that Tour's variants are backwards. We start with Madrid 3, then F2, and we end with 1. Interesting move, but hey, I'm not complaining. I also really like how this track, as well as Daisy Circuit, have confetti thrown around their start lines. As a way to celebrate the end, the near decade we've spent with this game. Not much else to say other than it's a very nice track to end up the tour courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 7 out of 10. Well, this came as a big surprise to everyone. Nonetheless though, Rosalina's Ice World was definitely a surprisingly good remake. For one, I'm glad that the track got half pipes, as it kind of felt a little bit awkward not having half pipes before. No, it kind of is a little similar to Sherbet Land from the base game, but with Galaxy elements included. Like Gateway Galaxy making a cameo in the background. Not much else to say other than this is a surprisingly good 3DS remake. 7 out of 10. Good lord, what a glow up this track got. I think it's safe to say that SNES Bowser's Castle 3 got a huge improvement over the original, as it plays nothing like the original. But I am completely fine with that, as it's from the SNES. But it's interesting that this is the only Bowser's Castle remake in the entirety of Mario Kart 8, and I'm glad that it turned out so greatly. From the music, to some good uses of anti-gravity, to some fun shortcuts, it does so much that makes it an improvement of the original SNES version. Like, where was all of this with the last SNES course? If you just give every single future SNES course the same treatment, people will be upset when they see one. All in all, a fantastic remake all around. 9 out of 10. And here we are. The final course of not just the Spiny Cup, not just Wave 6 as a whole and the entirety of the Booster Course Pass, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a whole. Wii Rainbow Road. This is by far the best track of the entirety of the Booster Course Pass. Everything from the gameplay to the visuals to the absolutely phenomenal music. I don't think there could have been a perfect ending to this game. Even right down to the meteor effect when you fall off the map. And if I'm honest, this Rainbow Road remake is better than 3DS Rainbow Road's remake in this game. I think it was just the music alone that made me love this track so much. Easily, hands down, the best track in all of the Booster Course Pass, and a perfect way to send off Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. A 10 out of 10 for sure. And that is it. We have covered every single track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a whole, both from the base game and the Booster Course Pass. This has taken a lot of work, but it was all worth it in the end. But we're not done with this game just yet. Technically, as in my next Mario Kart video, I will be paying a tribute to all 55 tracks that never made it into this game. Because, well, there were definitely a lot of great tracks that pained my heart that they didn't make it into this game. So until then, I will see you all in the next video.